there's one thing I like more than pre-workouts, it's nootropics. This is Nootropic by Transparent Labs. Now this formula is simple but effective. Everything from Transparent Labs is quite good. I love them. The formulas they put out, they've been doing it for more than a decade now, where they release fully transparent formulas with premium doses of premium ingredients. They never fail. Their pricing for this product is kind of high. So this is Nootropic. All right, this is an interesting supplement because I don't take that many nootropic supplements. I usually just take nootropics on its own, or it's already in a pre-workout. So if you're looking for something strong, check out the list in the description below. But anyway, this label looks small at first glance. It's not an overwhelming stim junkie nootropic kind of nootropic supplement, but how good is it? Well, first I'm gonna go over the label, and then as usual I'm gonna go over the ingredients and let you know what's in this little bottle right here. Now there's two versions of this, a stim free and a stim. The one with the stim just has caffeine, the other one doesn't have caffeine at all. That means you can stack it with your pre-workout, and if your pre-workout is suffering, doesn't have good focus, you just throw in this in there with your pre-workout. You're gonna get some good focus all day long. This is not just caffeine stimulant powered focus. This is like really good mental enhancing type of ingredient formula that you can use when you're looking for a boost in concentration and focus. First, let's go over the label and then we'll go into my review. The first ingredient in here is a nice 400 milligrams of serenade. Serenade is good for anxiety and stress and has some benefits for the brain. This is a premium patented form of phytodicerine. I'm gonna have trouble pronouncing that, but it's a premium form, it's a patented form of an ingredient that's gonna do really good for the mind, and it's just gonna make you feel smooth throughout the day without any stress or anxiety. Because screw that, man. If your mind is full of shit, you're not gonna get shit done. You gotta have a calm, steady mind going when you're going into a Bruce Lee mode where you're just focused, going into meditation mode. You cannot have shit in your mind. So this gets rid of the stress and anxiety, hopefully. We have 300 milligrams of ceticoline. Ceticoline is a premium form of choline, and it's among the top when it comes to choline-based ingredients. Ingredients like alpha GPC and ceticoline are definitely the top two when it comes to choline-based ingredients. Now there's a 300 milligram dose in here, and it's going to do really good for mental cognition because it increases acetylcholine production. Acetylcholine is known as like the learning transmitter in your mind, the learning neurotransmitter. So when you have a steady production of this neurotransmitter, you're going to be focused, concentration is going to come easy, and you're just going to be looking straight down at your work, and you're going to be productive and focused. That's where this type of ingredient comes into play, because the mind's really important, boys. You can't forget your mind. Don't forget your mind. Keep it in your back pocket. Then we have caffeine. Caffeine, 100 milligrams. You know what it does. It's a granddaddy of stimulants. It's going to increase alertness, make you focused by reducing fatigue, and it's going to increase energy by doing that. L-theanine. I know some of you don't like this ingredient, but it's a really nice synergetic ingredient to have with caffeine. When you combine it with caffeine, you're gonna have like smooth focus rather than just an increase in focus and then a downfall. Like what goes up must come down real quick. Theanine is going to help with that. It's going to reduce stress, reduce anxiety, just make things really smooth. And there's 200 milligrams in here. That means there's double the dose of caffeine. So it's going to help reduce the crash as well. Theanine, I really like this ingredient because it's so versatile. It can be used in pre-workouts, nootropics, sleep aids. Whenever you're feeling stressed, take theanine, you're good to go. I have a bulk supply of it. I have a big bag of theanine because it's nice. It's nice, man. I like theanine. I know maybe you don't like theanine, but I like theanine. I don't care what you think, man. Get away. Then we have 100 milligrams of neurofactor. This is a really interesting ingredient for the nerve growth factor in your mind. So it's going to be like a neuroprotective kind of ingredient. It's going to be really good for your mind. What it does is basically helps with the overall health of the brain when it comes to maintenance, growth, and everything. When it comes to the mind, this ingredient can help with that. It's like a vitamin for the mind. It's like a vitamin for the mind basically, and it's gonna be really good just for neuroprotective properties for the mind, bros. Your mind's important. Your mind's important, man. Don't forget it. Then we have huperzine. Huperzine is a must. When you're using choline increases acetylcholine, right? But huperzine defends those levels, keeps those levels elevated, keeps acetylcholine floating in your bloodstream. So you're gonna have more of that, more concentration, more focus for a longer period of time. Huperzine is really good as well for the mind. It has neuroprotective properties. Studies, in fact, have found it to protect you against those illnesses that's related to the mind. So, one thing that it's protective against is Alzheimer's, which is really interesting. But that's it. That's the ingredients for 2 capsules, 30 servings in here. Now you could take 2 capsules in the morning and 2 capsules in the afternoon, but I don't do that. When I take this, I take 2 capsules and that's it. I take it in the morning, first thing, on empty stomach. And then after about half an hour, it's at its peak. The focus, the concentration, the energy. The energy is subtle. All right, it's a little better than a cup of coffee. It's actually a potent, I like to think of this as a potent cup of coffee because the focus and the energy is there, but it's not pre-workout energy. It's like you're sitting down, you're working, and you take this, you're gonna have enough energy. You don't need anything more than 100 milligrams unless you're used to taking 700 milligrams from pre-workouts, and you're gonna need 300 milligrams to stay awake after those days of taking, Assassin and those types of stim junkie pre-workouts that us bros like to take. But for me, myself, I like to take those days where I don't work out. I take it easy. I don't take a hardcore pre-workout. I like to take something like this to help me focus, and it works for hours. The energy doesn't last more than 6 hours, but that's just like the wakefulness. It's not really energy. It's more like it's keeping me awake. And after 6 hours, the focus and concentration is still there, but the energy is kind of like peaked off. But I don't find the need to take caffeine again because my focus and concentration is there and it stays up. And I like this about Transparent Labs is that they don't use overwhelming ingredients when it comes to energy and concentration. They use what works, and they definitely know what they're doing. They went to school, they took classes for this, and they definitely didn't just put a bunch of bathtub stimulants in here and called it a nootropic, because you don't need a lot of caffeine, a lot of stimulants to get shit done. You need nootropics, and I think, in my opinion, nootropics are the way when it comes to concentration and focus. Stimulants are not. Stimulants have a cost. When you take it, you get that energy, you get that focus, but then comes the withdrawals, comes the crash. But when I take this, I don't have a crash, I don't have withdrawals. The next day, I'm normal, I'm fine. I don't have anxiety, increased stress because I'm missing something and I'm missing that stimulant dose, because nootropic just has enough stimulants. It has enough to not give those side effects. And I like this about this because when I take those stim junkie type of pre-workouts that have nootropic, sure, but then the stimulants, man, you need something in between those times, and you can't just take those stim junkie pre-workouts all the time when you need something to keep you awake. That's a dangerous path, and after some time, you're gonna have a lot of sleep debt. And for me, when I'm taking this, I get shit done, and it's not overwhelming. It has just enough, and the ingredients are premium. They're in the patent forms, but I know my shit, and I know the research behind these ingredients are not just, they're real, they exist. There's research and there's studies, and I linked everything in my articles if you want to see the details of the studies. And I definitely think this is something, when you take it over time, the benefits accumulate, it becomes better. So after a month of using this, you'll definitely have some benefits taken out. And if you take something, say a pre-workout for a month, you're not going to have benefits for focus and concentration, and for your mind, you're going to have benefits when it comes to performance, like citrulline and beta-alanine. Those overtime effects will show, but when it comes to memory and concentration, definitely comes from ingredients like the ones on Nootropic by Transparent Labs. And these folks are professors. Everything they make, they formulate things well. I haven't seen any weak supplements. They have lean, for example, has minerals and vitamins that increase thyroid function and insulin sensitivity. But you can check out the videos in the links in the description below if you want to see these details. But Transparent Labs, they know what they're doing. And I have a discount code, FitFrek. When you use it, I get a commission, but the prices are lower for you. So if you do want to save a bit of money and support the channel, I really appreciate it. I really do recommend this. So there isn't really too much of a mood enhancement per se, but there is like mood uplift. Like I feel good, but there's nothing to feel bad about. And I just feel like I feel less stressed, less anxiety, like I'm sure of what's gonna happen next. And whoa, reflexes are up, but definitely feel good when I'm taking this. It's not like erythrogenesis or anything that makes you feel superb, or your motivation is not gonna go like whoop. Your motivation is not gonna be like going from this to this, but it's definitely, your focus is gonna be like this. It's gonna be like zoomed in. You're gonna be focused on the task and you're gonna get shit done. This, by the way, is a tool. It's not answer. It's not going to be a solution. It's going to be an accessory, because when you're doing things right and you have proper sleep, you have a proper diet, and you have a routine, and you have today planned out, but you need that edge to get you focused and concentrated on the task at hand, then something like this can come in handy, because this has nootropics to give you support for your brain. It gives you neuroprotective effects. It gives you concentration and focus. It's not gonna give you the answer. It's not gonna solve the problems for you. You're gonna have to do that, but this is a great tool. Like any other supplement, it's a tool to an end. It's not like, it's not an all-in-all solution. So if you're looking for concentration and you're looking for focus, then Nootropic by Transparent Labs. However, if you do not have things planned out and you're just thinking that this is gonna solve your brain problems, this is gonna make you smarter, no siree, no siree. That is not the answer. In fact, let me get my glasses on so I can explain to you and get my point across in a proper fashion. All right, so this is a supplement. It is not the answer. So if you're looking for an edge, you're looking to increase your focus and concentration, and you already have a good functional brain, and you have a good diet, and you're getting your eggs in, and you're getting your choline from your diet, then this is gonna do wonders. This is definitely one that I recommend. I've already gone through most of the bottle. I have probably a week's left, but this has never failed me, ever. So get your proper sleep, get your proper diet in. This is gonna do wonders for you. Going back to bro mode. Why do these feel more loose? Maybe it's always been like that. But I definitely highly recommend. Links in the description for where to get this, and definitely let me know in the comments if you tried this before. I would love to hear your thoughts, and have a good day, bros.